Abby, well, the day has come. After years of saving and planning, I finally get to marry my best friend. I hope you like your present and enjoy your morning getting ready with all the ladies. I can't wait to see you walk down the aisle later. I have butterflies thinking about it. Enjoy every second of our special day. You deserve it. I love you with all my heart. Very soon to be my wifey. Happy wedding day. Love, Lukey.
Young, the day I fell into the sun, something down inside of me was telling me, and I knew you were the one. And it was time for me to step into the light. I asked you for your name, and when you smiled at me, I knew that I was right. Oh, everything was right. You know we're free to live our lives the way we please. Is impossible with you. Life is just like a summer breeze. Take my hand, we'll walk together in the sand. We'll dress in white and drink the wine. I'll take a vow to always be your man.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please all stand to receive the bride and the bride.
Good afternoon, everyone. Would everybody except our best man, our groom, our bride and her father please take their seats? I'd like to welcome you all to Cooling Castle Barn, which has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriage. My name is Pamela Round and I'll conduct the ceremony. And my colleague is Sheila Chamberlain, who will register the marriage. We're privileged to be here today. We're here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Luke John Brooker and Abigail Mary Weller. But now I must ask, if any person knows of a lawful impediment preventing this marriage, they should declare it now. First heard over. Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Thank you. So would you like to take your seat? And if you would like to take your seat. And Abigail, would you like to come forward? Luke and Abigail, before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make to each other. Marriage in this country means the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life, to the exclusion of all others. The ceremony will be held in accordance with the civil law of this country, and the vows you'll make are of a twofold nature. The first is to make sure there is no legal hindrance to your marriage, and in the second, you solemnly promise to take each other as partners for life. All your plans and dreams have led to today, and you're now about to make the legal vows that will make you husband and wife. Luke, do you take Abigail to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
Abigail, do you take Luke to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
So now we come to the first set of legal vows, where Luke and Abigail declare before us all that they are free to marry. I'll start with you, Luke, so please repeat after me. I declare that I know of no legal reason why I, Luke John Brooker, may not be joined in marriage to Abigail Mary Weller.
Abigail Mary Weller.
Abigail, please repeat after me.
I declare
That I know of no legal reason why I, Abigail Mary Weller, may not be joined in marriage to Luke John Brooker. Thank you. And now Steve is going to come forward with the rings, and Emily's going to come forward to take the flowers. It's a time-honoured tradition to give or exchange wedding rings. So now, Luke, would you please take your bride's ring, which practices?
You got it.
Yeah, place it on the third finger of her left hand. Remain holding her hand. There you go, place it firmly on. Remain holding her hand as you say these words to her. Abigail, I give you this ring.
Abigail, I give you this ring.
On this perfect day.
On this perfect day.
Wear it always.
Wear it always.
And know that I love you.
And know that I love you.
Thank you. Okay, keep firmly on. There you go.
No, it's perfect.
Right, so, Abigail, would you please take your groom's ring? Place it on the third finger of his left hand. There you go.
Anyone got any WD-40?
It's on.
Firmly on. Say these words to him. Luke, I give you this ring.
Luke, I give you this ring.
On this perfect day,
On this perfect day,
wear it always,
wear it always,
and know that I love you.
and know that I love you.
Thank you, and thank you, Stephen. So now already we come to the final but most important part of the ceremony, because now you're going to make your vows to take each other as husband and wife. So turn to face each other, hold both hands, both hands as you say these words to each other in the presence of us all, but most particularly your witnesses, Andy Hamilton and Stephanie Austin. And as before, Luke, I'll start with you, so please repeat these words after me. I call upon
these persons
here present
to
witness that I, Luke John Brooker, do take thee, Abigail Mary Weller, to be my lawful wedded wife. I promise to love, to cherish, comfort and care for you, honour and protect you, throughout our lives together. Thank you. And now Abigail. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Abigail Mary Weller, do take thee, Luke John Brooker, to be my lawful wedded husband. I promise to love, to cherish, comfort and care for you, honour and protect you, throughout our lives together. Thank you. The simple words in this ceremony are said in a few moments, but they are promises that will be kept for a lifetime, through all the days that will come in the future, whatever they may bring. Luke and Abigail, you've declared you're free to marry, you've exchanged rings, and you've made your vows to take each other as husband and wife in the presence of us all. And it's my very great honour and privilege to tell you that you're now husband and wife. So Luke, you may kiss your very new wife. To the bride, but you don't bother with paperwork on a day like today. No. So can you nominate someone who can look after it for you just for today? So you can.
As in Luke.
Oh, well, that's great.
I'll look after it.
I have every faith that brides don't normally choose their husbands, so that's a very great honour. Now your wedding ceremony is over, but your new married life has begun. I understand this new married life is going to begin with a party. I hope you enjoy every moment of today, but may it continue with many happy years together. And it only remains for me to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to stand to the exit of our bride and groom. I give you Mr. and Mrs. Brooker.
Hey love, you got your heart on your sleeve, but the shirt on your back's a bit small. Hey you, yeah, your color's 'cause a change in the world ain't half bad after all. Na 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 na.
First of all, I want to welcome you all to the celebration of Abigail and Luke's wedding. It's a great pleasure to see so many of you. Thank you for coming. This is a lovely place and I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. May I be one of the first to congratulate the new Mr. and Mrs. Brooker. I'd just like to say how much we all appreciate the hard work and planning Abby and Luke have put into today's arrangements. I think it's been well worthwhile, don't you agree?
Yeah.
I'm very pleased that Abby and Luke have at last tied the knot. It's been a long time coming, but well worth it. It's been a pleasure to getting to know Luke over the last few years, and I hope we can have another round of golf sometime, despite my lamentable performance last time. I think I got 120 last time. I'm very sorry, Abby, that your mother is not here to see you married. She would have loved this wedding so much. She has done so much to bring you to this day, and I'm sure she is with you in spirit. A number of people have come a long way to be here, notably Luke's Auntie Sharon and Uncle Cobby, along with their children Kian, Summer and Pixie from Cornwall. I'm very proud to be Abby's father, a beautiful, particularly in that amazing dress, and intelligent young lady. And I want to share a few memories of Abigail with you. Yes. You will find some envelopes on the table that have just been put there.
Luke!
Where's mine?
There's two between each table.
What?
We didn't have time to do one for everybody. I'm sorry. Yep. No, don't hand them out. You need to open them as requested. There are 10 envelopes.
Oh, this is so exciting.
I went through more than 2,000 pictures. Unfortunately for you, I managed to whittle them down just a small number. Right, envelope number 1. Please open envelope number 1.
I think it's Christmas. Do you want Emily? No, I'm happy to do.
Abby before she was born. Even then she was showing signs of the energy to come, with much kicking in the womb. She entered the world at 6 pounds 9 ounces. Same as her sister. Right, come to envelope number 2.
This is just great fun. We love an envelope. I do love an envelope. Oh God, everyone's beating us. Quick! Oh!
Abby was a beautiful baby. Lots of smiles and cuddles, along with all the other things that babies do.
Yeah, you beat everyone else. Okay, I'm doing it.
Envelope number 3.
Oh, there's 2.
The next couple of pictures show her trying to get away at an early age.
Abby, did you hear her?
Over the years, since she has learnt to drive and become proficient at driving a narrowboat. She did on numerous occasions.
It's when she hit secondary school, she was ugly.
I don't know if I'll be in there.
Envelope number 4.
Yeah, that's for the £100 scratch card code.
Oh, Abby.
You beaut, Abby. You absolute beaut.
Oh, yeah.
Envelope number 4, we come to the disguising years. When first painting and dressing up was a thing to
Andrew
do.
just said there's you, Hannah.
No hint of embarrassment at that age.
You are so cool.
And you recognise somebody else in that photograph as well?
Hello? Me?
Anna.
Is it?
Yeah, that one's
Right, envelope number 5.
Such a good idea, wasn't it? Well done, Dad. It's not over yet.
How big a Hannah's feet?
Oh, you look so cute. I've never seen any of these pictures.
Each year on her birthday, we would take her photo at the time of her birth in front of the living room clock.
Was that before?
We did the same for Georgina, who has some bad memories about this. You can ask her later about that.
I'll tell you later.
Envelope number 6.
What happened, Georgie? Nothing happened. What happened?
Abigail was always keen to make friends,
I love this
even
one.
with her sister Georgina when she came along.
Oh my God, look.
I love the snowman.
Can I say this one? You look so happy
The
you
friendship
are.
didn't last long for that one.
Oh, I'm so cute.
Envelope number 7.
It's the biggest snowman ever. So cute. I think it's just because you were so small, Abby. Oh, please. Eve! Oh God. Watch Keith, honey. Look how skinny you are.
Abby always had high aspirations. Being first a gymnast with weak Meeper, then a high flyer on the trampoline.
With Keith.
With Charlene and Jenny under Keith's expert tuition. Keith over here. Then number 8.
I love that bit as well. Which one? That one.
Although she was very studious, she was also getting good at getting into and out of tight places.
You are so scary. That's High Rocks. It's Tunbridge.
If you're interested where that is, that's in High Rocks, just outside of Tunbridge Wells.
Oh, my pocket's on me.
And envelope number...
Let me see. Let me see.
Envelope number 9.
Emily, let me see.
We then came into digital age and many images were lost, except for this one, as a beautiful 17-year-old young lady.
Beautiful. What is that bird?
And lastly, envelope number 10.
Oh, what's this one? Very good skills in there. Thank you.
As you all know, Abby qualified as a midwife last year. So if anybody goes into labour today, she'll be able to handle it. But please give her a moment to change out of her beautiful dress. I hope you all have enjoyed this lightning trip through Abby's past, and we look forward to an equally varied and fast-moving future with Luke.
Aww.
In closing, I'd like you all to stand with me, please. With charged glasses, I give you the bride and groom, Abigail and Luke.
Cheers.
Thanks, Dad. That was really good. That's perfect.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Myself and my wife would like to thank you all for taking a day off work or school to spend our special day with us. We would also like to thank you in advance for any gifts or cards you may have given us. We have had the most amazing day so far, and without you all here, our wedding would have been, well, cheaper. I've been feeling quite nervous about giving this speech for some time now, but I'm pleased to say that last night I slept like a baby. I wake up every 2 hours crying my eyes out. I would like to thank my father-in-law, Peter, for his kind words, and Abby's family as a whole for welcoming me since day one. I can honestly say that you have done an amazing job raising Abby, and you should be immensely proud of what she has achieved. I'd like to thank my mum and family for how they raised me. My mum and I went through a lot when we were little, but she is my rock, and I can't thank her enough for everything she has done for me. You look beautiful today, Mum. And I hope I've made you proud of you. I'm alright. Geezer.
Oh, did he?
Got a little saying to give you, Mum. Onto the bridesmaids. Emily, Amber and Georgina. I'm sure everyone here will agree with me that you all look beautiful today. Even you, Amber. I'd like to thank you all for your hard work contributing towards the wedding and sorting Abby's hen do. I know she had the most amazing time, so thank you very much. I would also like to thank Abby's work friends who also took Abby on a hen do, which I know she enjoyed immensely. Not yet. So I'd please like you to all raise a toast to the bridesmaids.
I'm giving you flowers now.
Give them flowers now.
I'll tell you what, give him the flowers.
Give us flowers.
Just do it.
Emily? God, mind your eyes. Gina? Mind your eyes. And your eyes. No different one.
Now on to my best man, Steve. Thank you for everything you have done helping with the wedding, arranging my stag do and organising my mates together. I know how painful that must have been.
It was a breeze.
I can honestly say I had the most amazing time, and I want to thank you and all the lads for a quiet weekend in Newcastle. I also want to thank you, Steve, for everything you do for my mum and the way you brought me, Amber and Billy on as your own. It takes a special man to take on us three, and you are truly it. Probably the greatest ever gift you ever gave us was Kai, so thank you again for everything. So can you please all raise a glass and toast to Steve?
And Kai.
And your man. Myself and my wife have a few more thank yous to give to people that have significantly contributed to the wedding. Auntie Linda, who sadly couldn't make it here today, my nan and granddad, Paul and Michelle Rodman, Hannah and Andrew, Peter and Petra. Do you want me to carry on? Yeah? No, you probably want to sit down.
Yeah.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
What are you doing between?
Andy, take the floor, mate.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Strangers in the night.
Let me give it some. I'll do one shot.
Your nan and granddad.
My nan and granddad, sorry. Wifey! I can honestly say you look absolutely stunning today.
Thanks.
You literally took my breath away when I saw you walking down the aisle. And although I wrote this speech a few weeks ago, my predictions of how I feel were right. I never would have imagined we would get to where we are today, because our first encounter was a frosty one. A couple of my mates were chatting to Abby. We're chatting Abby and her mate up in the greatest club in the world, 3D in Dartford. A 17-year-old me bowled over, thinking I'm some kind of Greek god, and shouted to my mates, "Why are you chatting to these? They look about 12. Abby overheard this and slapped me round the face. True story, it's not even a joke. We somehow became best friends shortly after this. We've been together 10 years this year, and I still get excited to see you every day. You're truly the most...
Can we stop with that? All the
You truly are the most beautiful, kind-hearted, caring person I know, and I'm very lucky to call you my wife. You literally do anything for me, and for that I'm so grateful. She even wrote this speech. As you may or may not know, Abby and Georgina lost their mum last year after a long battle with leukemia. I know Abby was a strong woman, but how she handled what was thrown at her blew me away. Abby became a full-time carer for her mum whilst trying to finish her degree in midwifery. Not only did Abby pass her course, but she got a first-class honours. I still don't know how she did it, but I'm so proud of you, beautiful. I love you so much, and I'm so excited to see what our future as husband and wife brings. So can you all please raise your glass to my beautiful wife, Abby.
Thanks everyone.
Oh. You've got something in your eye.
You got to stop with this.
Right. Whew. I just want to say a few things about my mother-in-law Sue, and although she is not here in person, I know she will be with us in spirit. Myself and Sue were very close, and she took me in and made me welcome from day one.
Don't worry.
I literally stayed round.
What'd you say?
You can do it, Loki.
I literally stayed round Abby's every night as soon as we started dating, and we have been inseparable since then. I want to thank Sue because I'd say about a month into mine and Abby's relationship, I went home to my mum's to find out she had thrown away my bed to make my brother's room bigger.
No worries, happened to me as well.
So I want to say thanks, Mum, and thank you to
Jim.
and I want to say thank you to Sue for not letting me go homeless. Sue helped me and Abby a lot over the years, and for that I'm eternally grateful. I hope we have made you proud for the wedding we have put together. And I promise to love and care for your daughter, my wife, Abby, and also Georgina. I love you, Sue.
We're going to be breaking the tradition today, so pray silence please for Emily, Maid of Honour.
And Georgina. I'm not doing this on my own.
Can't really follow that.
Yeah.
Just need to recover. So Abby's asked us to do a few words. We're going to keep it short and sweet, both of those things that Abby aren't.
Yeah, you are short and sweet. You are short.
Yeah. Okay. So now she's officially a Brooker. We're going to stick with that theme today.
Okay. So the B is for brave. We know she has been brave in the past, but the past year has been especially hard for Abby, Georgina and Luke. And I know that Sue is looking down with a smile on her face, and she is so proud of both of you.
So R is... This bit was correct, yeah. So R is for relieving yourself in really inappropriate places. So I've got a few examples. The first one is when we used to live in a house with an alleyway. Once Abby relieved herself there. Another place was at a house party that we had at Shepherd's Lane, and she thought a stool was a toilet. We had to do a bit of research for this one. And then there was another one where she really needed to relieve herself outside of our mum's flat once. So she just went into the bush and relieved herself. But R is for relieve yourself.
Okay, so O is for ovaries. I'm sure everyone is just as proud as we are for Abby achieving a first in her degree and becoming a midwife. So please can everyone join us just in a big round of applause for how well Abby did. And Luke and Abby, we cannot wait for a baby brooker. Yeah, tonight's the night.
But it's not.
Definitely not.
The next O is for organised fun. Because you can't play a game without Abby without it being organised. Yeah. So when we were kids, we used to have to play every PlayStation game in order at all the levels. You couldn't skip to the next one, it had to be in order. And every board game we ever play, it has to be organised.
Yes.
Otherwise it's not fun anymore. Okay. So K is I can't say this one. K is kill you with kindness. Abby sees the best in everyone, and I'm sure she's gone out of her way for most people in this room at some point, and she would never ask anyone for anything in return. She was always the first person to say something nice to you, and that is why we love her.
Oh, thank you, guys.
E is for enthusiastic. It's phrases such as, send my compliments to the chef, which she says in every restaurant, and this is the best garlic bread I've ever tasted, which she said in over 4 different restaurants, even if the garlic bread's burnt and there's hair in it. So that's what makes Abby Abby.
Okay, and finally, R is for raising our glasses. So if everyone could just again raise your glass to the wonderful bride and groom, to Abby and Luke.
Abby! Thanks, everyone.
Okay, we've got a few other little bits. So we had our hen do a couple of weeks ago, and unfortunately the snow in some ways made it really good, but in some ways slightly ruined it. Sorry Luke, this is very Abby focused, but we love you too. So the first thing, this is from all the hens. So we've made Abby a lovely frame from all the hens.
I was wondering where they all went.
That's where they went.
Oh my god, amazing.
And unfortunately, our masseuse couldn't turn up to the hen do. You didn't actually know this, so all the hens, as we love you so much, we put that money together, and we've got you a little present, and there's something for you as well in there, Luke, for your honeymoon. I said Luke.
Shall I open it now?
You get it now, yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm going to show the camera.
Oh,
And this?
You can save that or open it, it's up to you.
Save up to you.
Shall I do one and I'll do the other?
They're yours. Sorry, it's pretty boring, isn't it? Before
What is it? Some lovely earrings. Oh. They're stunning. Thank you very much. And a lovely a bracelet.
Read what it says.
I'll read what it says. Where?
I might not say it.
Oh my god. Just married!
Okay, now we're going to have some organised fun. fun with you guys. So if you want to come round to the front for me and sit on this chair.
Abby and Luke.
Both some help.
Oh, you're right.
I'll be okay.
I'm ready. Oh,
Luke's taking his time.
Abby's first. Okay, you're gonna have to swap one shoe.
Oh.
This wouldn't be Abby and Luke's wedding if we didn't play a game.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever your answer is, hold up your shoe. So obviously if the answer is Abby, hold up the Converse and vice versa. Yeah. Okay, so who hogs most of the bed? Who is the better driver?
Okay, who farts more? Who has a bigger butt?
Who is worse with directions? Who has the nuttier family?
Who has the most shoes? This is the shoe game, after all. Who was the first to admit your love?
Who wears the pants in the relationship? How about this one then? Who has to always have the final word in an argument?
Who is the better kisser?
Ooh.
I'm not telling you.
Just both of them.
Who is smarter?
Who spends more money? Who is more clumsy?
Who looks in the mirror more? Who has a better laugh?
Okay. Who is more flexible? Who is the biggest baby when they're sick?
Okay, who gives the most unexpected surprises? Okay, who has better hair?
Who is more forgetful? And who cries the most during a film?
Cries?
Yeah.
Who eats healthier?
You.
Who eats the most fast food?
Okay. Who does more household chores?
I need to stand my ground.
Who's the better singer? ready? And apart from today, who is best dressed?
That's amazing. Thank you.
Thanks, Gills.
Right, anyway, before I start, this has actually got nothing to do with my speech, I've got to be honest about it. I thought I'd do this because if this does go flat on its backside, I've got something later on just to say to the people who turn up that it was actually alright. So I'll demonstrate with this table. If you can stand up, and trust me, if these can get it right, any of you guys can. So if you guys can stand up.
Andy, this is your fault.
Andy.
You know that, didn't you?
If you can stand up, put your hands above your head, hands together. Yeah? That's it. Hands above your head, hands together, it ain't hard. And if you put your hands above your head, apart. Yeah, like that. All the way around, one after the other. So Starla, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Alright? Yeah, big smile on your face. Right, if all of you can get up and do exactly the same. Follow them. No, you won't. Who's there? Top table as well. Yeah.
Okay, so Georgina.
Right. Now, everyone, look as if you enjoyed yourself. Big smile on your face. Really big smile on your face. Okay. There you go. Right, top table as well. Same again. Ain't hard. Bill, 100 grand. There you go. That's it. Thank you very much. You can sit down now. All it is for photographic. People that turn up later on and they say to me, how did this speech go? I can turn around and just say to them, have a look at that. Everyone on their feet, loving it. Anyway, you're all about to witness a unique moment in history, and that will never ever be repeated in my lifetime. And that is me being able to talk freely without any interruption. So I do apologise to everyone, but I do intend to make the most of it. Now, there was a sweepstake going around, so I don't know who knows about it, but I've got 60 minutes left of this speech, so I hope the chairs are comfortable. And also, you'll be pleased to know that this morning, getting ready was relatively pretty stress-free, actually. For those of you who do know Luke, Bill, and Craig was all right actually. Sometimes, yeah, can go a bit blue at times, but only when they're playing Call of Duty. And also, trying to get 5 men to do their ties this morning was actually, we even had to Google it. So thank God for YouTube.
That's genuine joke. That was true story.
So anyway, good afternoon and welcome. But those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve. And I'd like to thank you all very much for attending my Best Man Day today. I think it was particularly nice of Luke and Abby to not only turn up, but also to dress so nicely for it. I will try my best to make sure that everyone in the room can hear me, but rest assured, if you can't at the back, you're not missing anything from the silence at the front. The next part of my speech is something I prepared, and I need to say that if I'm going to get one thing right in this speech today, it has to be this bit and now. So please bear with me. So before I do start talking absolute complete rubbish, I do need to talk about someone that is more important than most things that I will talk about today. Already covered so lovely by Luke, by Peter, and of course I'm talking about Sue, who's sadly not with us today, but she deserves the main slot of my speech. She is a very special person to a lot of us, but none more so than Abby and Georgina. Abby and Georgina's mum, who sadly lost her battle last year in July. Sue was such a lovely person, so kind, so caring and so loving. She loved seeing my little boy Kai and became very close friends with Luke's mum, Maria. Sue did deserve a medal, in my opinion, as she did let Luke move in with them for many years at Ingress Park and treating him like one of her own. before they got their place together they own now. Sue loved Luke, as did he her, and Sue was equally as proud of him as we are. She was very happy that he was a part of her life and her family's. We would spend Christmas together, birthdays, other special dates in the year, barbecues in the summer. As special as these times are and will be, Sue will always be very sadly missed. And these times won't quite feel the same, as it will always feel that someone is missing. But Sue will remain very close to all of us at these times and always. I do remember one day when I was talking to her, and it stuck with me to this day. We were talking and she just changed the subject, and out of the blue, she just said to me, "My girls are my rock, they keep me going." I replied to her, how fantastic because of the way that you have brought them up. Fantastic because of the job you have done as their mum, but that you are also their rock. The look on Sue's face was one of so much love and pride towards her girls. Abby and Georgina, your mum couldn't be further from the truth that day. The way you looked after her and was always there for her whilst also coping with your lives and work, you should be so very proud of yourselves as we are of you. A promise was made to Sue before she sadly passed, and that was that we will always be there for you, Abby and Georgina, whenever you need it, and that we will look after her girls. A promise that I know myself and Maria will keep forever. So, before I completely break up, can you all stand and raise a glass to our very special friend, but more importantly, Abby and Georgina's amazing mum, Sue. Right, now for the easy bit. Abby, I must start with you. You look absolutely beautiful, simply amazing. It's been very emotional and you brought a tear to my eye. And Luke, thanks for coming. Now, as I said, this is my best man day. And I feel as if I am on trial today, as Luke has said and promised me that if I do a good job today, I could be best man at his next wedding. Now, also, for all you single men out there, I know what you're thinking. It's a sad day as another beauty is off the available list. And for all you single women out there, I'm sure you'll agree that a day has passed by without so much as a ripple. I'd like to take some time to thank a few people who, on the face of it, have a fairly easy day. They had to cope with all the difficulties of standing around, pouting, trying to look pretty, not really doing anything. They spent a lot of time on their hair, makeup and outfits, and without them the day just wouldn't be the same, even if, well, two of them, because they've been running a raffle. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you the ushers, Craig, Phil and Kai. Now, of course I'm only joking, you all look great, but I do feel a little embarrassed that on my big day, everyone is as dressed the same as me. Except for this cracking young man, who we all couldn't wait to see in his suit. So smart, so handsome, and so lucky, he gets his good looks from his dad. You weren't supposed to laugh at that bit, by the way. Next, how could I not mention the bridesmaids? Emily, Georgina and Amber, who all look so beautiful. But even as beautiful as they look, they still come second only to our beautiful bride Abby, who is, I'm sure you'll agree, looking simply stunning. And of course, not forgetting Luke, who just looks simple and stunned. And you won't know the rest of it yet. And finally, all of you in the room who wanted to share in this very special day of mine. It's not every day you get to be the best man, so for so many of you who want to share in my big day means so much to me, so thank you. It's all about me, mate. It's all about me. Seriously though, Luke and Abby have put so much work into organising and planning this day at this beautiful venue. Well, Abby mainly. I know Luke's wallet is a lot lighter, but it does actually make a change for him to actually open it. So on behalf of the whole wedding party and all the guests, thank you for allowing us to share this special day. It really is fantastic to look around the room, to see so many of you here to share this day, both friends and family. We have those quite local. We've got the boys from the Stag Do. I apologise for them. We have got the girls, of course, from the Hen Do. I apologise even more for them. We go further as far as Peterborough and all the way across to Cornwall. But being during the week, as well, I imagine some have had to organise day off with their work, using days off, annual leave, and it really does amaze me what people will do, and also how far people will travel for a free meal. When asked if I would like to be Luke's best man, I said to myself, I will take my duties of best man quite serious, and up until now, I think I've done okay. I had to organise a stag do, I can tick that off. I had to organise a round of golf, for those that wanted it, I can tick that off. To get Luke here on time, I can tick that off. Not forget to lose the rings, I can just about tick that one off. Prepare a speech that is an hour long, I can tick that one off. And finally, make sure Luke's hair and face up are done and looking great. Sorry, Maria. I know I'm the best man, but I'm not a miracle worker. I felt this was always going to be my biggest challenge. See, I'm working with what he's been given. He was given to him by God, and if he couldn't get it right, what chance have I got? Now also, there comes a time in most people's life when they do meet their true love, the one that they want to spend the rest of their lives with, the person they cannot live without, their soulmate. And that moment for Luke came about 15 years ago when he met me. I came into Luke's life, I see him, obviously Luke's mum Maria, but it was clear for Maria and her kids, especially Luke as he was older, that I had to get his approval. Luke was and is to this day very close and protective of his mum. So who is this strange man? He needed to check me out. I know we went out, I think we went to London, I'm not too sure. But I must have done okay, as I got his approval to carry on, which I know without wouldn't have happened. So, great. That's great.
Give up for life.
Say no. No, absolutely. I was sold to Luke by his mum, telling him that we have similar interests, mainly sport. And football at the time I was still playing. I support Liverpool, Luke Arsenal. I was very talented. Luke tried his best. We both enjoyed a game of golf. I was very talented. Luke tried his best. We both liked to go out the odd game of snooker. You know where it's going. Luke, as a lot of you probably will know, is a big Arsenal fan. And I apologise to anyone who has to sit through a game with him when they're not doing so well, or will do in the future.
Yes, that's you.
Hopefully you're not offended by what can only be described as his potty mouth. Which I can assure you he will not dilute down for anyone who is in the room. If Arsenal won, that's all that matters. It's even got to the stage where we go around with my little boy to watch a game of football. He will say unprompted, I know not to repeat what he says. Luke does love his sport. He's sadly rubbish at all of them, but he does love them all the same. He tries. He's a very competitive person and always plays to win. Coming second is not an option, in sport anyway. Hang on, we'll just explain that one down here.
You've got to explain it to me as well.
Oh, finished. Don't worry. Let's move on.
Alright guys, let's carry on.
Let's move on. We would go and play golf, which we did recently. There was the odd swear word under his breath, keeping his frustrations to himself rather than the whole golf course hearing him. I've never seen Luke so well behaved on the golf course before. I don't know, but it might have something to do. He was in the presence of his new father-in-law, Peter. You should go out with him more often, Peter. On many occasions, though, Luke would throw the clubs, smack the ground, he'd swear, excuse my French, but it would be, these clubs are shit. Nothing to do with who's controlling them.
Nah.
We would go and play the odd game of snooker, he'd miss his shot, he'd get the ump. I would then be in the process of playing my shot. As I'm just about to play my shot behind me, I hear Luke snap his snooker cue in half. his lovely, perfectly straight snooker cue. But again, excuse my French, the cue was shit. Again, nothing to do with who was controlling it. Now, outwardly, I'm trying to be a responsible adult, supporting, helping, encouraging, but even to this day, Luke, I am really laughing inside, and that will say the same now. His love, though, is football. He's played for many teams, his school team, and many other clubs. Luke, seriously, in my opinion, could have gone on and played a much higher level of football. But it was just a few things that were slightly missing. He couldn't head a ball. Probably worried about his hair. He couldn't really tackle.
True.
And also the crap right and left foot. But otherwise...
wrong.
Otherwise, what a player. One of the best.
One of the best.
If you do get him on the subject of his football, he will probably bring the game he played in arranged by him and his mates up at Charlton Athletic Ground. I remember sitting and watching, and I was in complete awe of the talent I had the pleasure of watching that day. I know some of the players are also here in the room as I speak. He scored 2 goals that day. Brilliant, 2 goals of the Valley. Who can forget that perfectly placed penalty? And also that perfectly placed miss-hit volley from the edge of the box.
Shut up! I knew that was good. No way! It's a banger.
I knew that was killer.
I'm not having that. I'll show you. I've got it on video.
As I said earlier, Luke is very close to his mum, and growing up the first few years were just them. They've both been through a lot, and Maria's, Luke's mum, has asked me in this speech to include some short messages from her to you. So Luke, she wants me to tell you how much she loves you, how proud she is of you, for what you've done and who have you become, obviously today, and what you will achieve in the future. And it's love from Mummy. I did ask her what is a very early memory of Luke.
This is so not true, Luke.
Trying to walk for the first time in his wedding boots. He's one. But also, when one day he screamed in the bath, he was clearly frightened, bless him. He had pooed in the bath. And he didn't know what it was. Now, you might be thinking, why would I include that? It was after all, when he was very young, these things happen. But some of you will understand why I included it. Because it's just strange how later in life history can repeat itself. Luke, from a very early age, would make an impression on the ladies, especially those who worked in the ward where he was born. And where's he going? He's not underground, isn't he? It was lovely that the people on the ward named the ward after him. It's called Ugly Tuesday. Now, I'm not saying Luke was an ugly baby, and of course I'm only joking, but I did find it strange when Maria, Luke's mum, told me that she only suffered her morning sickness after he was born.
Is that true?
He was though the talk of the town when he was a baby, as he was the only baby in the town to have shutters on his pram. And of course I'm only joking, but if I was to show you a photo of him as a baby, you probably would all say, "Oh, that's a lovely frame." Try. No, I've got loads more, mate. Trying to get some material of this speech, I thought I'd go through some boxes I've stored away in our loft. I'd find lots of photos, drawings, scrapbooks of his first trip to Florida. I did find some of his old school reports and thought these might be worth a read. And whilst looking through, there was a theme that's been created. It was clear Luke didn't set the school alight, which is just as well because he does love fire. But the messages were that he tries, a bit like his sport. But could do better. Luke must concentrate and stop being distracting others. Luke can't see how distracting can affect others. But finally, his English teacher came straight to the point. 3 words is all it needed. A certain Mr. Lucker, words fail me.
Really?
Yeah, in your report. Yeah,
it's actually true. It's on your report.
Yeah. Luke, growing up, as I mentioned, would keep some scrapbooks. It was an autobiography that he wrote about himself that I thought I'd share a little bit with you.
Oh no.
One of his most favourite person was Britney Spears. But his biggest secret was that he named his bed Britney. So he could say, I'm going to bed with Britney.
Oh no.
I asked some of Luke's friends if they would like to describe him. There is an international recognised hand gesture that sums him up perfectly. And if you ever go on a car journey with him, you'll be lucky not to see it. Someone else asked to describe Luke, and the reply was selfish, arrogant, insensitive, obnoxious. So thanks for those words, Abby. Now, we knew Abby a little before she got together with Luke, and even then we thought she was a lovely girl. This was only confirmed when we got together properly and have got to know her even more. Now, I know it's not customary, it goes against tradition to try and embarrass the bride, but Abby has given us so much ammunition that we want not to share a few with you today.
It's okay, Steve.
Firstly, for any of you that do go on a drunken night out with Abby, and she goes back to your house to stay the night, check your porch. She has a tendency to leave items of dirty clothing in them, but I'll let her tell you about that. My son has a game called Fortnite. It's just the name of the game, no real meaning, but Abby being Abby, believing he can only play it for 2 weeks. She ran ours. Yeah. She would also come round for dinner, asking what she'd be eating, and I would reply, gammon. Her face dropped and replied back, I don't eat fish. Abby is also so good with little children, and I have no doubt she'll be great with her own, especially when they're learning phonics. As on one occasion, we were around my families, and one of the family asked, "How do you spell your name?" She replied, "It." My favourite though, and I'm sure there's lots of people that have probably heard this one, but it has to be the favourite. When asked, "Who is Nelson Mandela?" Everyone knows who Nelson Mandela is, but confidently replying in her own very enthusiastic way. You all know the way, when Abby knows the answer, she gets really excited. Her response, "He's the first man to walk on the moon." Abby, you have grown into such a lovely person, but how time flies. As to think it was only 28 years ago you were going to bed with your dummy. Again, stranger history repeats itself.
Don't find that so
funny. Abby, we all feel for a long time has been one of the family. We all love her so much. She, like her mum, is so lovely, kind, friendly and loving. And my family is a much better place with her a part of it. She has grown so close to everyone, especially my son Kai, who loves to sleep over. And of course Maria, who absolutely adores her. But I probably should say at this point, but I won't, but an anagram of mother-in-law is woman Hitler. So just beware. I must congratulate Emily for the planning and organising of the hen do. Looks like you all had a good time. Some of you, a very good time. I must also thank all the boys who came on the stag do to Newcastle. It was great to meet you all. We had a great weekend in the pubs and clubs. One of them, supposedly the biggest and best gay club. I'm not sure if it was the biggest, but it was definitely gay. We went go-karting, obeying all the safety instructions we were given in our briefing. Well, race 1 anyway. By race 2, everyone was a lot more confident, so most instructions were completely ignored, much to the annoyance of the marshals. Now, I must really apologise to all of you for this next bit, but the boys in the stag do I don't think will forgive me if I don't include it. I must share with you a phone call I had with Luke on the Saturday morning. We'd only been in about 4 hours, and Luke called me, we're having a chat, and he just said, "Steve, you'll never guess what I've done." I was like, "Oh God, Luke," I replied, "what have you done?" "Steve, I pooed in the bath." "You what?" I have, I've pooed in the bath. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 28 years later, history repeated itself. This time there was no mummy to come to him in his case. It was left to his roommate, who will remain nameless.
So much for
who was put in the fortunate position of discovering it. So that's good therapy for me, I need to share that. But later in the morning I called home to make sure everyone's okay. Maria says to me, "Have you got something to tell me?" I say, "No." I'm thinking, I can keep this between us. No one needs to know. Maria tells me that Luke has already phoned her. "Oh, okay, is he okay?" And he has pooed in the bath. Luke, you're married now, and you leave today extremely proud of your new wife. You're clearly punching above your weight. But someone who is loving, caring, and who radiates beauty wherever she goes. And Abby, you leave here today having got a lovely new dress and a beautiful bouquet of flowers. There is, however, one more person who is equally, if not prouder than all of you here today, and that is me. As nerve-wracking as today has been, I would do it 10 times over to feel as privileged again as I was when you asked me to be his best man. I can't put into words how grateful I am to be such a big part of your special day, and it was an honour, and I felt so proud to stand by your side today. Luke, I'll always have your back, and I'll never be able to thank you enough. Now, Luke has put some money behind the bar, but please don't complain when we spent £5. When it's gone, it's gone. Now, Luke, I'm sorry I've murdered you on the speech. You know I love you. Your mum made me say that. Now, I also know you're probably holding back from the standing ovation and rapturous applause, but if you could just hold back for just a couple of seconds and remember, no standing on the chairs and tables. Ladies and gentlemen, it really has been an honour and a privilege to deliver this speech to you today. So thank you for listening, but more importantly, most of you not leaving. Luke and Abby, you're a very special, now perfectly matched married couple. I have absolutely no doubt that you, Luke, will make a great husband and Abby a wife, and in time, even better mum and dad. We all look forward to being a part of your lives and you a part of ours for many years to come. I wish you both all the happiness in the world and hope all your dreams come true. And finally, it now gives me great pleasure to ask you all to be upstanding. Raise your glasses and also raise the roof. The new, to Luke and Abby, the new Mr. and Mrs. Brooker.
I wanna be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I wanna be a Ford Cortina, I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, let me be a coffee pot. You call the shots, babe, I just wanna be yours. Secrets I have held in my heart are harder to hide than I thought. Maybe I just wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Let me be your lucky meter, and I'll never run out. Let me be the portable heater that y'all get cold without. I wanna be a steady lotion, hold your hair in deep devotion, at least as deep as the Pacific Ocean. I wanna be yours. Secrets I have held in my heart